Zwom. Doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative Crypto video. So this one is about a lake monster that's supposed to be in Lake Erie known as Bessie. So Lake Erie is gigantic. It's basically a freshwater ocean. It's the fourth largest of the five Great Lakes, and its shores reach the Canadian province of Ontario and the US states of Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Michigan. And it's connected to the other Great Lakes. So if something did live in there, it could easily get around. The lake is named after the Erie tribe, which is a group of Native Americans who lived along the southern shores of the lake. And the Erie tribe had their stories of a lake monster in the lake prior to what we would consider recorded history. So here's my drawing of the creature. It's dubbed South Bay Bessie, or just Bessie, described by eyewitnesses as huge and gray and greenish serpent-like creature ranging from 30 to 45 feet in length, swimming both in a serpentine and undulating motion, which is up and down and side to side. Actually, side to side is serpentine, undulating up and down. Large teeth and eyes, and can live on land and in water, so somebody must have seen it on the shore at one time or another. Documented encounters with Bessie started officially in 1817 when the crew of a schooner reported seeing a large serpent-like creature swimming next to their boat in the lake. On July 8th of 1898, the Daily Register of Sandusky, Ohio reported that the existence of these fierce monsters had been verified and can no longer be questioned. They said it was a fierce, ugly, coiling creature said to be 20 to 35 feet long and at least a foot around, so that's pretty huge. However, by 1912, the creature had become more of a source of practical jokes and things, because the Daily Register posted an article, of course, on April 1st that the Kelly Islanders had an issue with a creature that broke through the ice and was flapping around with sharp, big teeth, and it was all black. But I don't know how that's a joke. I really don't get that. On July 22nd of 1931, the Register and the New York Times reported that two fishermen from Cincinnati, Clifford Wilson and Francis Coggenstos, captured a creature. And what's crazy is the police officer by the name of Leo Shively also saw it, as well as many others. They put it in a giant wooden box, like a refrigerator box, and a guy named Harold Madison, a curator of the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, actually went out there to identify the creature if he could and convince them over time to let him put a flashlight in there just to see what it was. And it was a huge Indian python. Those two fishermen guys, Wilson and Coggenstos, were con artists, I guess, and they quickly skipped town. They thought that was hysterical. Again, I don't know what's funny about that. Despite the hoaxes, though, sightings have continued as 1960, 69, 81, 83, 85, 1989, a flurry of sightings in 1990, sightings by two Huron firefighters, and in 1991, a guy took video footage of what he saw in the water. He said was Bessie swimming. It was over a mile away, but he zoomed in, and that's the one in the middle there. That's a snapshot from that video. Something huge and dark swimming around. In July of 98, Leslie Regatis reported seeing three black humps for at least 5 minutes moving in the water 500 feet from shore in Huntington Beach, Ohio, before it disappeared beneath the waves. So what is it? A lot of people have their theories. The Ohio Division of Wildlife, along with many other investigators, have suggested that Bessie may be a sturgeon. Maybe people that have never seen one, all of a sudden one pops up next to their boat and it freaks them out. These things get to be huge, and they never stop growing because they're fish. In captivity, they can live for over 150 years and can get to be lengths of over 7 feet. But in the wild, as you can see from these photos, those fish are much bigger than 7 feet long. And again, if it is a sturgeon, then we're safe because they're fairly docile creatures, That would be nice. This other theory is not so docile. Eels are extremely aggressive. All kinds of eels will bite you or electrocute you if electric eels. But they get to be huge as well. It might be a freshwater eel of unknown origin, whether they come in from the ocean and are able, because they get really big and they can breathe air. They have to gulp air like some other big fish like gars and things. But these are conger eel, and again, science says that they only get to be 10 feet long and weigh around 160 pounds, but that's in captivity. In the wild, as you can see on the picture on the right there, that eel is way longer than 10 feet. It's got to be closer to 30 feet long and very huge around, bigger around than a person. And yeah, so they never stop growing. So if it is an eel, I would be nervous because these are aggressive. And of course, the third theory is that it's some sort of prehistoric relic, something similar to what they say Loch Ness Monster might be. So yeah, what do you guys think it is? I'm going with the sturgeon. I'm hoping it's a sturgeon because, man, eels, oof. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to BMO Creative for more crypto videos. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.